Guess where we are? Yes, Girl Talk, but even more importantly, we're here at Custom Audio Video, and we are with our dear friend, Sean Stewart. It's so good to see you.
So good to see you too.
This is so cool. We had fun coming in today. This is about the coolest picture I've seen in a long time. Talk to us about all of the meanings that this has.
Yeah, so I mean, we talked something about this before.
Yeah.
This is an acoustic treatment, just kind of throw that out there to keep the surprise. But I think a lot of people recognize this look, that blown away guy from the 80s.
Yes.
Right? Maxell did it. The cool thing that happened, we're in our conference room here, we needed something in here to help with the sound.
Okay.
So we're like, let's throw an acoustic panel up there, but let's do something creative. So at the same time, JBL, the company that makes the speaker, released a updated version of the original speaker that's in the ad.
Okay.
So one of our techs,
I love this.
who's in the picture, got that for his own personal use. He's got it at his house. We're like, hey, let's throw together a picture so that we can put this on an acoustic panel.
He said throw together. What he meant is let's really plan and intricately compose this.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few pieces.
Yeah.
A leaf blower may or may not have been involved to get some of the air.
Okay, I love this.
But
See?
also, you know, some good After Effects by one of our guys here.
I love all of this.
Yeah, I mean, when you start really looking at it, there's a lot of cool details in it. But the biggest thing is it showcases that we can come up with creative solutions to integrate technology into the home. You might not think that an acoustic panel is much technology, but it really does help, particularly if you're putting, you know, a good amount of money in your speakers. You want them to sound the best. So why not treat your room to make it sound better?
What makes an acoustic panel an acoustic panel? What is it actually doing? Is it projecting sound, absorbing sound? And are there different kinds of rooms that are just cavernous or not great for sound?
There are, for sure.
4 questions, there you go. Yeah.
So this one in particular is more absorbing sound.
Okay.
There are options that more deflect sound.
Okay.
So reverb, for instance, is when sound is coming back and then just all the waves are starting to kind of amplify each other.
Okay.
That's where you want, I think we've seen it in our other room before, where you kind of diffuse the sound. Instead of having it come back, you're just making it bounce everywhere.
So what makes this an acoustic panel?
The material underneath. So it's acoustically transparent fabric on top.
Okay.
But the material underneath is what's catching. It's kind of like a honeycomb.
Okay.
So the sound's coming in and then it's kind of bouncing around in there instead of coming back out.
So if I were a client and I had a room and I just wasn't feeling it, I just was feeling like the sound was not doing what it was supposed to, I could come to you. And the point of the whole discussion is that you could basically customize.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually have an idea for one of our other rooms. You've seen it, it's the wood room.
Okay,
right?
yes,
Everything in there is hard
yes.
surface besides the carpet. And we have this spot in the ceiling that just happens to cause a lot of issues. So we've actually been looking at making one of these with a wood print on it and then putting it up there. So if you look real quick, it's going to look like the wood ceiling.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's actually going to help with the acoustics.
Are there different treatments that you can do? In other words, is wood a more sound absorbing wall treatment or wall covering, carpet versus wood floors?
Wood can be used for more of that diffusion, where it bounces the sounds around. Like the bamboo pieces we have in one of our other rooms, kind of bounces that sound around. Hard surfaces are bad for sound, because that's where you're getting a lot of reflection. And we know that. We may not think about it, but when you go into certain parts of your house, kitchens for instance, tile, all the hard surfaces really make it a more lively sounding room. This
is such a random question, but I think it ties together everything we're talking about. And a lot of people right now are either renovating or building. It's huge. When people are designing rooms that are specifically going to be for media or sound, does it make sense for them to call you all to kind of help, I guess, to design or put together the room? I mean, it certainly would make sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I say it all the time to clients. The earlier we get involved in any kind of, whether it's a new build or a renovation, the earlier the better, because we're going to be able to have input in some things that a lot of people don't think about. You know, I deal with architects a lot, and they're thinking about so much when it comes to the home, that there's little things that we do that we can go, hey, don't forget about X, don't forget about Y, don't forget about how it's going to sound in there, those kind of things.
Are people doing full-on sound, I don't know what the right word is, sound systems or sound throughout their homes now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're doing lots of whole home audio.
Whole home audio.
Yeah,
I
so
love it
being
when
able
you
to
get
have
the
music
lingo.
throughout the house,
Okay.
And then being able to control it for different spaces, right? Because we may not be in the same room, and we don't want the same music playing in different rooms. So lots of customization.
So I
well.
can do that. It's not like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know it's the holiday season and I like hearing that, but the rest of my family is like, not so much.
Turn off the Christmas music.
Turn off the Christmas music. Yeah, enough is enough already.
Yeah.
So again, when do people come in and talk about acoustics?
So acoustics,
Or
it's
acoustical
tough.
panels.
Yeah,
Okay.
so acoustics is tough because generally you're really not, you don't know until
don't know.
everything's completed.
True.
Of course, you can dive into a lot more with dimensions and materials and really dive in deep to figure out what it's going to be like. But you don't know until the room's kind of towards the end.
Finished.
And that's where these can come in as kind of finish artistic pieces to add later.
To be honest, I think they add a lot to the design and the flavor and the feel of the whole room.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would not come in and go, oh, look at the acoustical panel. Would you?
Yeah, I mean, most people don't. And you can even see another one on the picture. Like that's an acoustic panel in the other room.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be kind of a portrait or a picture. It can be geometric shapes,
Yes.
abstract stuff, all kinds of options that really fit into the room.
Well, and I say this all the time whenever we talk, because every time I come in, I see something different, just because I'm not focused on it.
Yeah.
But if you've not been to Custom Audio Video, well, Sean's great, but all the guys are wonderful. Yeah, he's fun to come and
Thanks.
see too. But you should see all the amazing things in here. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And to spend some time and just walk around is really inspirational. Thank you so much.
Thank
you
you.
all for joining us here on Girl Talk. Have a safe and wonderful week. Bye-bye.